is that your healing cycle is completed, but the death and rebirth, your transformation is still undergoing. You're still leveling up. You're still going through a major transformation that's going to level you up to the next phase of your life, to the next level, whatever that is for you. Because it feels like you went into this healing cycle, to this healing mode as one version of yourself, and you're coming out a whole nother person. You're coming out a whole nother upgraded version of you. And so yes, death and rebirth in the reverse is actually a good sign, because what it's telling me is that you're a few steps away from fully transforming and coming out a brand new version of yourself. And again, I don't know what this is for you, but death and rebirth talks about something in your life having to die out so that something new can be rebirthed, or something having to go through a transformation to get you to the next level. Whatever this is for you, the good news is Four of Swords is in the upright. Whatever healing you've been going through, it's over. I don't know why the energy is coming in this way, but some of you may have been healing from previous relationships, past disappointments, heartbreaks, things that have happened in your life, major awakenings, realizations. Whatever you've been going through, you've done the work, you've done the inner work, you've done the introspection, you become more conscious, more aware, you've started to implement new things in your life. For a lot of you, I'm getting that you're doing a lot of nice things for yourself. Maybe you have new routines in place, new habits. Maybe you're reading new books, you're learning new things, listening to new podcasts. Whatever it is, it feels like a very fresh energy, like you're fresh, you're brand new, you're being rebirthed. And there's a lot of excitement and anticipation for what's to come in your life. The Four of Swords also talks about you working on your foundation, having a very strong foundation that you can always lean on and rely upon. No matter what's happening outside in the world with other people, other relationships, is not going to affect you the way that it used to, because you're a whole nother person. You feel very solid, okay, in a sense. Even if you don't feel like you're fully ready or you're 100% your best version just yet, you're well on your way. Death and rebirth in the reverse. You're still undergoing the transformation, so go easy on yourself. But the healing portion of this cycle of your life, or this phase of your life, it's over, because you've completed a healing cycle. And I don't know why it's coming in this way, Pisces, but it feels like a very big thing. It feels like a major achievement for you, because some of you may have felt like you were healing, like you were having to heal from so many things. Like some of you might have been constantly in a healing cycle, okay, like having to heal from past traumas, from relationships, from things that have happened in your life, maybe, you know, a life awakening, because oftentimes the Four of Swords talks about you being in a coffin and having to do the work. Sometimes it talks about sleeping a lot, nourishing your body, doing a lot of self-care, whatever it takes to heal yourself and get yourself, you know, to a level, not how you used to be, but a better version of yourself. So it's not just a healing cycle, it's a full-on transformation. And again, Four of Swords, the healing portion of this transformation has been completed. So Pisces, pat yourself on the back. You know, don't be too hard on yourself, because you're still undergoing the transformation. And Pisces, I don't know why this message is coming in for this month of November, but there's a lot of anticipation, there's a lot of excitement for good things to come, and it feels very fresh, it feels very brand new, like a new version of you, and new people coming in, new places, new things. It's just like a lot of newness, a lot of excitement coming into your life. So for a lot of you, I don't know, Four of Swords can also be that you're changing things up about your routine, you're changing things up about your mindset, you're changing things up about who you associate to, how you connect with other people, just, you know, wanting to be, you know, a new version of you, not wanting to be held back or put into another healing cycle, not wanting to place yourself at risk from people, places, or things or environments that are going to cause you to have to heal again. It's like you're no longer going to play with your heart like that. You're going to protect your heart. You're going to protect yourself and your well-being. You're going to prioritize yourself and your needs, because you no longer want to be in a perpetual healing cycle. And so again, it's completed, because in the reverse, the Four of Swords talks about a perpetual cycle of healing, okay, like a loop, like you continuously loop back around. In the Four of Swords in the upright, you've done the healing work and you're graduating from that phase and moving on. Swords to the High Priestess, to the King of Swords. A lot of you, Pisces, you're coming into a position of power, not just over yourself and over your own life, but in general. Like feeling like if you were down underneath, if you were down, you know, in some aspect of your life, if you weren't feeling 100%, or you felt like you were having to go through all this healing and really just having to tie loose ends, you're finally coming into a position of power with the High Priestess to the King of Swords. A lot of you are coming into this place of clarity after a long time of not knowing not having the answers, or, you know, it's like coming out of a confusion, or coming out of confusion, coming out of the shadows, coming out of some kind of darkness that you've been in. And it doesn't have to be something very like gloomy or scary. It just means that you've been going through this process of transformation that, again, it doesn't look pretty. Healing is not a pretty process. And so you've done the work, you've rolled up your sleeves, and you did what you had to do, and you've gotten yourself to a very good place. And so it feels like you're coming out, you're emerging brand new from this cycle of healing. But not only are you emerging from the cycle of healing, you're coming into your power. High Priestess right in the middle, which is your card, Pisces, to the King of Swords. There's a lot of clarity coming into your life, a lot of truth, a lot of information. Feeling completely stable, okay, and solid in your life. And I feel like you haven't felt like that in a while, because you've been going through so many transformations and changes in your life with the Death and the Rebirth. 4 Swords, and then Death and Rebirth is card number 13. 1 + 3 is 4. A lot of you have been going through a restructuring of your foundation and creating a stronger foundation that is not going to be shattered, is not going to be shaken by any kind of tower moment situation. And so a lot of you have been working on the basics and really fortifying your base, your foundation, to help you build a stronger, whatever it is that you're building, okay? It could be that you're building yourself as a person, your mindset, your career, your businesses, your investments. You're building it on solid ground, even though you're still transforming. Is going to help you through this process. A lot of you are thinking long-term, okay? And that's really going to be beneficial to you. Instead of thinking in the moment, you're thinking long-term. You're thinking about your future. You're thinking about the things that you want to do, the experiences that you want to have. And so King of Swords, if you thought that there was some kind of confusion or a lack of information or a lack of clarity, all of that is changing at this time, Pisces, as you re-emerge this new version of yourself. You're going to be seeing a lot of these changes. Clarify, I do want to dive into this 4 Swords. I want to know more about what got you into that healing place, into that healing cycle, before we tap into the High Priestess and the King of Swords. But this looks really good, Pisces. Again, Death and Rebirth in the reverse. You're still going through the transformation, so go easy on yourself. The good news is that the healing cycle is fully completed. Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about this 4 Swords energy? Please clarify. What is this 4 Swords for Pisces? Okay, we have the Empress in the upright, the King of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. Pisces, for a lot of you, this healing cycle, what got you into this healing cycle was some kind of major disappointment that you went through. I don't know what this is for you, but I had this card in one of the last readings, and what it can be, again, this is general, so do apply it to your situation. If you would like a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. But what it feels like, Pisces, is that you tried something, or you gave somebody 4 chances. As you can see here, this is the 5 of Cups. 4 cups have spilled, and there's only 1 cup remaining. And so, I don't know, Pisces, this could have been the fact that you tried, okay? You tried at something 4 times, and 4 times it failed. It could have been that you gave somebody 4 chances. It could have been that, you know, you were disappointed 4 times in a row. But it feels like a very big thing, you know, because one disappointment, it's normal. It happens from time to time. Failure is a part of the process. But when it happens 4 times in a row, that's when you really start to question and doubt things. Maybe doubt yourself, doubt the process, doubt your faith a little bit. And so I don't know what this was, but this is what got you into the healing cycle. So 5 of Cups can also be, again, it's like a major disillusionment. Like you thought things were a certain way, and all of a sudden the rose-colored glasses just come off and you realize the reality of the situation. As you can see here, this land is completely dry. You can see the cracks in the land. This is supposed to be a Cups energy, so it represents the water, it represents flow. And she finds herself on this very dry land that, again, no matter how many times she's watered it and how many times she's used her own cups to water the land, it's been infertile, like nothing grows there. And so, again, for some of you, this could be that you tried you tried a certain kind of business or a certain kind of investment multiple times, and you had 4 disappointments in a row. Or it could be that you gave a relationship or a friendship 4 chances, and all 4 times, you know, you ended up heartbroken or disappointed. Whatever it is, it means that it kind of caught you off guard in the sense that it was like one after the other after the other. Again, one, we understand from time to time things happen, but when it happens, you know, that many times in a row, it has you kind of falling into this gloomy energy, maybe feeling a little bit doubtful of the process of the situation. And so the thing is, it has so much more to do with the environment. And for some of you, it might have just been a shift of environment, a shift of perspective. But whatever this disappointment was, is what got you into this healing cycle to begin with. And I don't know if you were healing your heart. I don't know if you were healing a certain area in your life. As you can see here, she's taken her heart out of her chest because the pain is too much. She can't take it. And so whatever this is, Pisces, it feels like a major part of your transformation, okay? And oftentimes what leads you to transform to begin with is a heartbreak or a disappointment or some kind of betrayal. It's like the big life things that happen, the big downfalls or the big rock bottoms is what gets you to the big success or the big come-ups. And so it looks like you're in that process because you're about to reemerge a completely new version of yourself as you're transforming. For a lot of you, I'm getting the fact that you're going to be unrecognizable because you're emerging as the Empress and the King of Pentacles, whether you're male or female, okay? You're coming into this very masterful, abundant energy on both ends, Empress and King of Pentacles. But when you went into this healing cycle, it's like you looked a little bit, you looked a little bit broken. You felt a little bit broken. Whatever this was, Pisces, I'm going to clarify because I want to know more about this because this is what got you into this cycle, into this phase that might have brought up some more of your trauma or some more of your healing. And before you know it, you were healing one thing after another and you didn't know how to break free from this healing cycle. But the thing is, as you're re-emerging from this transformation, you're coming into your power full on. You're not going to be recognizable, Pisces. And for a lot of you, you're already feeling yourself, okay? You're already starting to feel this new version of yourself emerging from this gloomy cycle, okay? This also represents sadness, depression, losing hope, okay? 5 of Cups. What is this 5 of Cups for Pisces? Holy Spirit, tell us a little bit more. Yeah, 6 of Swords in the reverse, transitions. Having to transition from that phase of your life. For some of you, physically. For some of you, it's more like energetically, mentally, emotionally. But the 6 of Swords is a transition card. In the reverse, it means that some of you have been afraid to ask for help or not known how to ask for help. 6 of Swords in the reverse. I want to touch base before I say too much because that 6 of Swords can be interpreted in a different way, okay? Because it is the 5 to the 6 of Cups. Difficulties accepting help, carrying baggage, the weight from your past. Yeah, this is the weight from your past, Pisces. You're moving through a period of realignment and things can feel turbulent during these times of transition. Trust that a better future awaits you on the other side of this change. Maybe you're going through a rite of passage or an intense spiritual transformation. Exactly. Death and rebirth in the reverse as your general energy. It is a transformation, Pisces. You're going to be unrecognizable. And for a lot of you, you're already emerging. Okay, it's like this very fresh energy about you with the High Priestess. This is your power card, Pisces. Paired with 2 kings and the Empress. Whoa, okay? You're not only emerging a brand new version of yourself, but you're emerging a master, a king, an Empress, a High Priestess. So I don't know what this was, Pisces, okay? All I know is that the 4 of Swords means that you're having to heal from something major in your life. Again, whether it's a heartbreak, a betrayal, a disappointment, many disappointments, a spiritual awakening, a big life transformation or transition. But you're well on your way. So it says here, the intense... So this intense spiritual transformation, these experiences are profoundly personal and you may feel alone right now. Even when it is difficult to accept assistance from others, remain open to receiving help from the most unexpected of places. Allow the gentle support of the universe to move you through this ocean of evolution and lean towards the silver linings of the horizon. More sunshine? Yes, please. Okay, so this is, I'm getting this intuitively for some of you. 4 Swords to 5 of Cups. Some of you may need more vitamin D, like you may need to get out more, be outdoors more, because as you can see here, all of these cards, look how gloomy the energy actually is. You see all these low, these like darker, lower vibrational colors, okay? Like if you look at these colors, what kind of emotions do they bring, you know, to you, okay? It feels gloomy, it feels dark, it feels sad, it feels low energy. maybe even a little bit depressed. Okay, so for some of you, you may need to get out into the sun more, more physical activities, more workouts, getting out of your head and back into your body. And this is a very specific message, so I don't know for who it is, but I feel the need to say it because I'm looking at all these gloomy colors. And with the Six of Swords being in the reverse, it's talking about getting more sunshine so that you literally get out of this vibe or this energy, because it may only be happening in your mind space, okay? Because what it can look like is that the actual events that got you into this energy to begin with, they have already passed. But you may still be feeling that residual. You may still be in that mindset. You may still be recalling or remembering those feelings or those emotions. So Six of Swords to the Five of Cups and the Four of Swords. Some of you just need to get outdoors, okay? It's as simple as getting outdoors and moving your body, and that will get these gloomy energies out of your life. Again, you're coming out really, really beautiful out of this process. You're coming out very, very strong. And as you can see, the red and the yellow here, this is talking about your root chakra and your solar plexus. Very beautiful colors, very strong, abundant energy compared to these like low bluish, you know, gloomy colors. So some of you may have been feeling low energy, okay? And so getting outside, getting outdoors, getting more sunshine, vitamin D, moving your body and getting out of your head is truly going to help you shift out of this energy, because the Four of Swords in the upright, it means that your healing cycle is over. You've completed the healing cycle successfully. You've done the work. And if you're feeling low vibe or low energy or exhausted or tired or just gloomy, okay, maybe even a little bit sad, it just may be some of the residual energy of what you already went through in the past. So there's no need to keep yourself in this phase. And again, moving your body, shifting the energy, getting out into the sun, tuning into the root chakra and the solar plexus are really going to help you move through this energy and transition a lot easier from this situation, because Six of Swords to the Death and Rebirth, these are both transition cards and they're in the reverse, meaning that you're already there, you're almost done with this transition, but it may take a few steps on your end, on your behalf, to fully close out the cycle to where you don't feel those feelings anymore, because it's been completed, but you may still be in that energy, if that makes sense. More sunshine, yes please. Sometimes we find ourselves adrift because we think we already moved on, but our heart is still anchored to the past. What old chapter needs to be closed? Chase guidance in the form of renewed hope and get ready to explore fresh beginnings on the opposite side of shore. I accept help as I easily cross this transition. Ooh, Pisces, I really felt that, okay? That Six of Swords is connected to the Five of Cups, meaning that whatever got you into this phase of your life, like the events have already passed. It already happened. And there's no need to keep yourself there. So they say pain is inevitable, right? Like there's a lot of things that will happen in life, whether it's a disappointment, a heartbreak, a betrayal, things like that are painful, but suffering is optional. How long you keep yourself in that phase, that's an optional thing. And again, it's like, it happens once, right? You feel it, you move through it, and you move on. But sometimes you hold on to those emotions, and that feeling becomes an emotion, and that emotion becomes a mood, and that mood becomes a state of being or a mindset. And before you know it, you find yourself in a gloomy phase. And so there's no need, Pisces, because you've done the inner work to transform and to heal. And so it's time to really shift out of these residual energies and shake them off. Holy Spirit, tell us more about this Five of Cups and the Six of Swords for Pisces. What do you want Pisces to know about this energy? Tell us a little bit more. What do you want Pisces to know? Justice coming in and the Hermit. Two major arcanas. Okay, for some of you Pisces, it might have been harder to close out this healing cycle, or whatever got you disappointed, whatever has you or had you in this energy of the Five of Cups, because you felt like there wasn't maybe you felt like there was no justice. Like there was no closure to whatever situation happened here in the past. Hermit, some of you even went into more introspection. Some of you might have gone into a period of solitude, a period of realization, and really tuning into your own inner light to find the answers that you need. Because some of you may have not had closure from this situation, and so you had to go within to give yourself that closure, to find those answers. But as you can see here, more gloomy energy, okay? You see these colors? Yeah, it's like, it feels a little bit low vibe, okay? Maybe even sad. And so there's a need to really shift out of this energy, and justice will be served. something's going to be made right that's going to help you really bring closure to the situation and help you move on, because then you're coming into the High Priestess, which is your power card, Pisces. This is major. You're going from being in this healing cycle into the High Priestess. So you're coming back into your power no matter what. King of Swords, you're coming back into that mastery. But for some of you, I don't know why I keep being drawn to that Four Swords, because the cycle of healing has been completed, but some of you may still be going through the motions. Some of you may still be feeling this energy, but something's about to be made right. Justice is coming in. This is coming in from the divine. There's some kind of divine intervention to get you out of this hermit mode, to get you out of this healing cycle. Tell me more about justice, Holy Spirit. What do you want Pisces to know about the justice? Something's about to be balanced in your life. Okay, so we have the Moon, the Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm going to move these cards so you can see. The Moon, the Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You see all this gloomy energy? Okay, so Pisces, I feel like whatever's got you down in the past, or whatever had you feeling a little bit low, that had to do with this healing cycle, with this disappointment of the Five of Cups, is finally being cleared out, because the Moon talks about not having the answers and having to surrender and release and really just try to align and go with the flow, even though you don't have the answers, even though you don't have the solutions. It's a card of having to trust and releasing control. Card number 18. The thing is, Pisces, the Moon energy is your card, okay? You are connected to the Moon, you are connected to the High Priestess, but it feels like this energy of, it doesn't feel like a pleasant energy. Okay, so to clarify the justice, we have the Moon, the Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So Pisces, Moon energy, okay? More of those gloomy colors. What I'm getting with the Moon energy, which is also your card, Pisces, is that your intuition is heightened at this point. So a lot of you are getting a lot of answers and you're connecting the dots at night. For some of you may be up at night just thinking, researching, analyzing, trying to find answers in a sense, because the Moon talks about the unknown and not being able to see clearly and really having to rely on your intuition, rely on your abilities, because you may not see that far ahead. You may not have that foresight or have all those answers available to you. But the thing is, Pisces, you are comfortable in the Moon energy, because the Moon and the High Priestess are both your cards. But there's an element about this energy that feels uncomfortable, as far as you naturally having that foresight, and at some points in time, having to trust your intuition, even though you don't have all the answers to guide you, to move you to the next step. To Nine of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Some of you are facing delays, or maybe things were just completely stalled out or stuck, not moving, because the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, in the upright, it's the slowest moving knight. In the reverse, it talks about stalled energy, or things not progressing or not moving. And so this Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Nine of Wands in the Moon, it's like you didn't know why certain things were not moving, or you didn't know why certain things were stalled out or stuck. And so the Moon is like you were trying to tune into your intuition, to your abilities to find the answers. Holy Spirit, tell me more about this Moon energy for Pisces. What is this Moon energy? Some of you are having to navigate unknowns. Like you haven't been here before in this chapter of your life. So like you feel like you don't have all the answers, but you don't need to, Pisces. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to trust yourself. Hangman. More Pisces energy. So we have Hangman clarifying the Moon. The Moon, Pisces energy. High Priestess. You have a lot. Your energy is all over the reading, Pisces. So strong, strong intuition, okay? Very, very strong intuition. Your intuition, again, may be heightened at this time because you're navigating the unknown. So even though you don't have all the answers, you may not have that experience just yet, it's like your intuition is guiding you. And you have a sense of trust you have a sense of peace, but at the same time with the Nine of Wands, there's a side of you that's a little bit defensive, or it's calling upon your warrior mode, or this warrior within you, because you haven't navigated these waters before. You haven't been through this phase of your life, maybe not like this at this level, because death and rebirth in the reverse, you're undergoing a transformation as you're navigating the unknown. Pisces, again, it's like you're going through a lot right now, but you're emerging very, very strong out of the situation. King of Pentacles to King of Swords, High Priestess to the Empress. You're emerging a completely new version of yourself, and not just a new version of yourself, but a master, an Empress, a High Priestess, a King. I feel like a lot of you Pisces have really been tested, okay, in terms of your abilities, in terms of your faith, in regards to your intuition. Like, this has been one of the major tests that you've been through. Maybe because it's been so long, you feel like you've been in this phase for such a long time. But yeah, it's like you're navigating new waters here. The Hangman in the reverse. There's this sense of trust, Pisces. There's this sense, you have this inner knowing that everything's gonna be okay. But it's like the human within you may not know what's to come, may not know how to navigate these new situations in your life, because Nine of Wands is coming out or coming up in your reading, meaning that there's a level of you that it's like you're ready to go. Like, you have this warrior side of you. You have this very strong, resilient version of yourself that no matter what you've been through, you've always pulled through, and you've always pulled strong. And you've always come out victorious. No matter how long it took you, no matter how many trials and tribulations, you're still standing. But Hangman in the reverse talks about seeing things from a different perspective. Even though you don't have all the answers, even though you don't know exactly how to navigate these new situations in your life, trusting your intuition, trusting the divine, trusting the universe, because it's also a card of miracles and surrender. I just want to know a little bit more about this moon energy. Holy Spirit, tell us more. Queen of Cups in the reverse to the Knight of Wands in the upright. Okay, that's too many cards. I'm not taking these cards. It's just too many. Clarify the moon, Holy Spirit. Tell us more. What do you want Pisces to know about the moon? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse to the Three of Wands in the reverse. Pisces, some of you felt like you needed to reclaim your independence, like you needed to reclaim this version of yourself. I don't know what happened. I don't know what this was. The Five of Cups, whatever disappointment this was, it kind of took you away from who you really are. In a sense, like you didn't feel like yourself anymore. You felt like you were just in this like rut, or in this phase that just felt very foreign to you in a sense. Like you didn't feel like yourself. You didn't feel like you were flowing. It felt uphill. It felt forced. It felt like you were having to go through the motions, and it just didn't feel natural to you, because Queen of Cups is also in the reverse. Your energy is all over this reading, Pisces. Queen of Cups, the Moon, the Hangman, the High Priestess. You're all over the reading, Pisces. Wow. Your energy is very, very strong, and it's felt. You tend to be an energy amplifier, but whatever disappointment this was, whatever phase you were having to heal through, it's like it took you away from that side of you that you're now starting to regain. Because again, you're coming out the Empress and the King of Pentacles. So you're mastering the situation 100%. But some of you may still be feeling that residual energy, but it already happened. It's already in the past. So it's a matter of reclaiming that confidence. It's a matter of reclaiming the creativity, the flow, the passion, the spark. Okay, this feels like a very wild card, a very wild energy about you. Nine of Pentacles talks about your self-sufficiency, your independence, your ability to just, do your own thing and magnetize to you everything that you want, because this is pre-Empress energy to the Empress. And so in the past, you felt like you weren't that anymore. Like you felt like you were somewhere over here caught in this energy, and all of a sudden you're re-emerging and reconnecting with this part of yourself that's really going to spark things up. If you were feeling like things were getting a little bit boring, or like you were just going through the motions, or you're feeling down energetically, that's all about to change. Three of Wands in the reverse to the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There was a lot of delays in the past. You were experiencing some stuck energy, or things that were not coming in as easy or as fast as they usually do, because Three of Wands in the reverse talks about delays. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse talks about very, very slow moving energy, to the point where it's like hardly moving at all. And so you're regaining yourself, Pisces. You're regaining yourself, and things are about to skyrocket for you. You're about to regain that momentum, because something was picking up speed, and all of a sudden this disappointment comes in. And then you go into this healing cycle, and then, you know, before you know it, Nine of Wands, you're having to really push through this energy. And again, you're emerging victorious no matter what's happened, and justice is about to be restored into your life, and that's going to bring everything else back into balance. Because Queen of Cups in the reverse also talks about you disconnecting from your emotions, from your feelings, even maybe feeling too much all at once, or feeling numb completely. Again, overwhelmed or underwhelmed, like not feeling anything at all or feeling everything at the same time. It's just like this very unbalanced energy, okay? Whereas the Queen of Cups in the upright is powerful, okay? She's intuitive, she's in tune, she's in flow, she's in receiver mode, she's a master manifester. But in the reverse, it just, things become a little bit harder than they have to be. And so all of that is changing as you push through this energy. In the Hangman, you're regaining your sense of self, and you're also seeing things from a different perspective. Holy Spirit, why is the Knight of Wands here? What is this Knight of Wands for Pisces? There's something here, Pisces, that really sparks you, that really brings back your creativity, your passion. The Lovers. Ooh, okay. For some of you, Pisces, there is some kind of connection coming in. Knight of Wands to the Lovers. Pisces, okay, I'm going to say this, but for some of you, whatever this disappointment was in the past, it's not even something that's happening in your life in this current moment. Like you're still just reliving the experience or the memory of it, or kind of still stuck in that energy in a sense, because it feels like it already happened, whatever this was. And what you're feeling right now, what you're experiencing right now, is the aftermath, the residual energy. So it's not even actually happening right now in your life. And so some of you are about to be pulled out of that energy by a Knight of Wands and the Lovers. There may be a new connection coming in, and for some of you, this connection is already there. But some of you have not been able to perceive it because you've been in this Moon energy, in these Cups energy. Tell me more about the Lovers, Holy Spirit. Is Gemini coming in? Three of Pentacles. Three of Cups. 3-3. Some of you were in some kind of a third-party situation. Two of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Some of you in the past experienced a third-party situation. And it doesn't necessarily have to be another person. It could be, you know, like just too many people. It feels crowded. It feels like, you know, people are prioritizing the wrong kinds of things. You know, it's like you prioritizing your work over a connection, or people prioritizing a connection over work, whatever it is. Third-party situation doesn't necessarily have to mean another person, although it could be, because we have 3-3. But you went through something in the past, Two of Swords, that, again, it's like you felt like you were blindfolded, like you were caught off guard, like you didn't know how to move or how to connect to your intuition or how to discern the situation correctly or properly. And because of that, you decided to cut out a lot of people out of your life. Again, we have Three of Wands, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. You decided to cut off, you know, certain kinds of people out of your life in environments that were not beneficial to you, and that made you feel confused, or that put you in this crossroads kind of energy. You decided to cut them out of your life so that you could move forward successfully. And because of that, you made space for this Knight of Wands to the Lovers. Pisces, there are new connections coming in. There's a lot of excitement and enthusiasm coming into your life, a lot of passion coming in after some kind of major disappointment or gloomy energy. And for some of you, this is coming through a connection. It is coming through another person, the Lovers. Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Six of Wands in the reverse. Some of you, Pisces, there are some people that have not been able to let you go with the Four of Pentacles. They have been resisting moving on from you and letting you go. And the thing is, in the past, this might have created a blockage in your life. Like this might have created more resistance, but you still knew what you had to do for yourself. You still knew what you had to do to heal, and you ended up severing ties, releasing, disconnecting from these people because it was holding you back from your abundance. It was holding you back from your prosperity, because you're going 4 of Pentacles to Queen of Pentacles. As you release these people, as you disconnected from these situations, Queen of Pentacles, you regained your sense of power, you regained your sense of control, and your abundance, your prosperity, things started to flourish in your life. Whereas when you connect with the wrong kinds of people, it's like they bring confusion, they bring this like mental conflict, this uneasiness, this it's like they take your peace away in some kind of a sense, right? Whether it's your stability, your balance, your internal peace. It's like you're no longer going to allow these situations to get in the way between, you know, you and your goals, or between the things that you want to attain for yourself. And so Queen of Pentacles in the upright, you're regaining that sense of self, you're regaining that sense of power. 6 of Wands in the reverse. Some people, Pisces, were jealous of your success. They were envious of the things that you had accomplished, and they were not real friends. They were not real partners, or they were not people that you could count on or rely on, Pisces, because there was some sort of envy, and at the same time not wanting to let you go. So it was a situation that was not taking you anywhere, and so you had to make the decision to cut these people out. And because of that, now you've made space for this new connection. Knight of Wands to the Lovers, Queen of Pentacles is going to bring a lot of abundance and prosperity into your life, and it's also going to bring the spark, the excitement back into your life. So Pisces, don't keep yourself in hermit mode. Don't keep yourself in the 5 of Cups, because that already happened. These events are already in the past. There's a need to re-emerge and reconnect. New friends, new partners, new relationships, new connections, new business collaborations. This is the spark coming back into your life, the excitement, the enthusiasm coming back into your life. Knight of Wands to the Lovers. I'm going to go ahead and clarify the High Priestess to the King of Swords, and then pull the advice. And then we're going to wrap this reading up. If you guys would like a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. If you would like to get a reading from Keen, there is a discount code linked down below. What do you want Pisces to know about the High Priestess energy? What is this High Priestess for Pisces? And again, High Priestess is your card. So Page of Wands in the reverse. 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Why the Page of Wands in the reverse? Holy Spirit, tell me more about this. What is this Page of Wands in the reverse for Pisces? I think I have a card that flipped in here somewhere. Okay, here it is. We have the 3 of Swords that flipped. I don't take cards that flip, but I will pull it. But I'll pull the spread again. I'll shuffle again and see if it comes out. Holy Spirit, what is this Page of Wands in the reverse for Pisces? Please clarify. Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, 5 of Cups again. Okay, wow. Okay, so Page of Wands in the reverse, Pisces. There's some actions that you may need to take, Pisces, that you may be a little bit hesitant, okay, to take. There's a need to reconnect to your intuition before you take these actions, before you take the step forward, because it is connected to your wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, your wealth, your abundance, your prosperity. King of Pentacles, mastering this physical realm. This is all about business, investments, money, the tangible realms, okay, the physical things, the touch it, feel it, grab it. It is a pentacle. And so there are some actions that need to be taken in this realm, in this side of your life. But there's a need to reconnect to your intuition before you make those moves. So 4 of Swords to the High Priestess, Pisces. You're coming out of a major healing cycle that you successfully completed into the High Priestess, back into your power. Again, High Priestess is your power card, Pisces, and there's some clarity coming into your life with the King of Swords. So High Priestess coming in, dreams, powerful visions, psychic insight, serendipity, meditation, introspection, Intuition, a spiritual experience. The priestess sits on the edge of this realm and the next as she draws down the meaning of illumination from beyond the veil. Sacred insights and profound wisdom are flowing to you now, and to access them, you must tune into your intuition and submerge your thoughts into her subconscious realm. The language of the unconscious mind is revealing itself to you now through metaphor and dreams, or as ancient memories that resurface to be processed. Pay attention to synchronicity, any nagging feelings of being off track, as well as gut feelings that move you in a new direction at this time. The divine whispers that are emanating from your soul hold an important message for you, and the bridge between the enigmatic realm and the priestess and your conscious understanding of the signs will be found through your own quiet introspection. Finding the truth, I will find them. Pisces, so we go 4 swords to High Priestess. Again, completing a major healing cycle in your life that's connected to these past events that, again, whatever kind of disappointment you went through with the 5 of Cups, you finally healed and re-emerged from the 4 swords, and now you're coming straight into your power with the High Priestess. So Pisces, there are some answers that are coming in that are going to help you connect the dots. If you had some questions that weren't answered, if you had some doubts coming in about the next steps forward, Page of Wands is all about action. Reconnecting to your intuition, allowing those answers to come in is going to help you take the next steps, because Page of Wands in the reverse is connected to your 10 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups in the upright is connected to whatever disappointment you went through in the past. 6 of Cups, past memories, relationships that didn't work out, heartbreaks, whatever this was. For some of you, it stalled your action, it stalled your movement for a little bit, and now it's coming back online. High Priestess, reconnecting to your power, reconnecting to your intuition is going to help you take the right actions to gain this wish fulfillment. 9 of Cups, you have a wish fulfillment that's been granted, Pisces. Whatever this is coming in for you this month, and so there's a need to take the right kinds of actions that are going to lead to this abundance, to this prosperity. And for a lot of you, you're coming into mastery over the physical realm. So King of Pentacles is all about business, investments, money, the physical, tangible things in your life. And so there's a few steps that are going to lead you to the success, to this 10 of Pentacles, to this King of Pentacles energy. And that Page of Wands is in the reverse because some of you have been hesitating on what actions to take and how to move forward, because some of you are still working through the memories of the past. You're still working through whatever energy the 6 of Cups and 5 of Cups brought into your life. The thing is, you've actually healed from it. So if you have these memories, if you have these thoughts or these feelings come up, it's past residual energy, so it's no longer affecting you. To 9 of Cups, you're going from 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups, a wish being granted, a wish being fulfilled. Holy Spirit, tell me more about this 9 of Cups. What do you want Pisces to know about this energy? Okay, Tower to the Queen of Swords. Pisces, some of you went through some kind of a tower moment in the past when it came to this disappointment, when it came to these past connections or relationships. And you're just now regaining that balance. You're regaining that sense of self. You're regaining that stability. You're really building a stronger foundation for yourself. Queen of Swords to King of Swords, power couple coming in. A lot of you, Pisces, you're completely coming into this place of mastery. You're leaving behind the confusion, the divided energy, the scattered energy, any kind of low feeling, low vibes, any kind of gloominess, that's all in the past now. And you're coming into a lot of clarity and truth. It's like you're regaining this sense of, it's like information that was not available to you, that you had to really tune into your intuition to get that information. It's finally coming in loud and clear. You're gaining the information that you need. You're gaining the insights, the clarity to move forward successfully, to strategize your way forward. So this is very powerful. Some of you, Pisces, there's some kind of activation when it comes to your throat chakra, being able to speak your truth, being able to communicate the things that you need to communicate, whether it's your wants and your needs. Whatever this is, Pisces, there's a new version of you emerging after whatever tower moment you went through in the past. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment being granted. Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about the Tower? Card number 16, 1 plus 6 is 7, Pisces. You're about to get lucky in some area of your life. It's like you felt like you know, you got dealt the shorter end of the stick, but now things are finally starting to come together to where you're able to piece the puzzle after some kind of chaos in your life. Holy Spirit, please clarify the Tower for Pisces. Four of Wands. Exactly. You're coming into a celebration after a Tower moment. And again, this Tower feels like a good Tower, a positive Tower that's helping you grow. To 8 being the strength. Clarify the Tower. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Pisces, for some of you, navigating this Tower moment, it feels like a positive thing. It feels like a healthy Tower. It feels like, for some of you, it just affected your confidence. And it made you doubt the kind of actions and how to move forward specifically. And because of that Tower moment, Pisces, you're finally coming into this Four of Wands. You're coming into a major milestone, a major celebration. And Pisces, Four of Wands has been coming out in your last 3 readings in a row. So there's a major milestone coming in, a celebration, the strength. You're stronger now that you've overcome these situations, these adversities. You're emerging a very strong version of yourself. And Queen of Wands in the reverse, you're no longer going to hold back. Of being unapologetic, okay, after this Tower moment in your life and not caring anymore. Whereas before you might have cared a little bit too much. And so that Queen of Wands, you're no longer going to be playing it small. You're going to be unapologetic in your pursuit of what it is that you want. So Tower coming into the Queen of Swords. Holy Spirit, any advice for Pisces when it comes to the situation? Any final advice for Pisces? The Fool in the reverse. The Magician in the reverse. Any final advice for Pisces, Holy Spirit? And the Knight of Cups. Pisces, the advice coming in with the Fool in the reverse is to take a leap of faith on yourself, to bet on yourself and believe again. Because some of you may have experienced some disappointments in the past. Don't let that hold you back from taking a leap of faith on yourself and taking some kind of a risk, you know, taking a chance on something new that you're trying to manifest. Because both the Fool and the Magician are in the reverse, 2 major arcanas. It means that you're still not tapping into your full potential. You may be sitting on some skills, you may be sitting on some abilities, you may be sitting on some goals or some plans that you have, and there's a need to take a leap of faith on yourself, to bet on yourself and to take action. Because Knight of Cups, you will have a lot of opportunities coming to you at this time, and there's a need to not hold back, to move forward. Holy Spirit, tell me more about this Knight of Cups. What are these offers coming in for Pisces? What is this about? Okay, 9 of Wands to the 7 of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Wands. Pisces, again, you're coming into, you're about to reach the finish line, okay? This long journey that you've been on is about to come to an end. The Wheel of Fortune, good luck is on your side. You have good luck and good fortune on your side. 7 of Pentacles, your investments are about to pay off. But you need to be open to new offers, to new connections, to new relationships, and not be so defensive, okay? It's like, have that warrior spirit within you, but don't be so defensive to the point where you block new opportunities from coming. Because the Fool requires you to take that leap of faith on yourself and to believe again, to have faith in yourself and your abilities. The Magician, you may be sitting on some talent, some abilities that need to come into, like, you need to take some kind of action to actualize a lot of these dreams and a lot of these goals. Magician in the reverse, what do you want Pisces to know about this energy, Holy Spirit? Okay, 8 of Wands. Pisces, don't hold back, because these skills, these talents, these abilities are going to create a lot of positive momentum in your life. Again, you have luck on your side, new opportunities coming in, Pisces. This is all I have for your reading. Blessings, take care.